Pupils across the UK protested yesterday after new rules in schools said they could not use the toilet during lesson time.
Lock gates were erected in front of toilets in a move that has been described by students and parents alike as an infringement on human rights.
Well, discussing this now with us, this move, is it indeed a human rights violation? Whether it is all about unruly children or whether it is ridiculous rules. We've got writer and broadcaster Tessa Dunlop with us. So where does your sympathy lie? With the pupils protesting about their rights or with the teachers bringing in these rules about going to the toilet during lesson time?
I think we have to recognise, especially at secondary school level, children will work. There's always going to be a minority of children who are going to play that system. And they've got additional tools now to allow them to do this so they can communicate with other schools, social media being the obvious one. And I'm a strong believer in education for everyone. And if you're in a school where there's key disruptors, then you need strong discipline. So I first of all, I want to say my sympathy tends to be with teachers. I think a good disciplined school is a school that can educate children better. I think you have to have one set of loos that remain open throughout the day. But we all know, we were all at school, that they are a honeypot for, how can I put this? Disruptive behaviour. I was talking to my daughter this morning. She went, oh yeah, only one set of loos are open all day in our school. She said, because the best loos, they tend to get locked early because everyone goes in there, they nick the loo roll, they get up to all sorts. It's just one of those flashpoints. And also it's part of becoming an adult, isn't it? Learning to control your bladder, even as a girl, managing your periods. And actually my daughter was saying, you know, unless you have a letter from your parents or a doctor's note, in her school, they are not allowed to go to the loo during lesson time.
And of course, these protests have gone across from Cornwall to Yorkshire to Lincolnshire. They've been showing how to do them on TikTok, protests like this. And I have to say, one of the chants, it was pretty poor. It was free our bladder because we matter. And Philip straight away said, well, they need more time in the classroom because it didn't even rhyme.
Indeed, but I'm going to, both of you are in the governing party, you sit in Parliament, and I would say that one of the incentivisations, is that a word even? Maybe I need to go back to the classroom, for these protests are the
Sounded
teachers'
good.
strike.
Carry on.
As teenagers were saying to me just yesterday, well, if the teachers are allowed to protest, if they don't have to come into school, why do we? It needs sorted. It is an incredibly tough job being a secondary school teacher. I went in to give a set of lectures in a big comprehensive in London. It was great. It was energizing. My goodness, kids today, they don't clap, they scream. Okay, it's like really full on. This is a big job. I think we need to properly hear the teachers' grievances and we need to get them back in the classroom, because what's happening is the strikes are undermining their authority. And incidentally, this isn't the first TikTok campaign. There was one quite recently called the Devious Lick, where children nicked anything they could, the most unlikely objects possible, from the school and put them on TikTok. You got people removing the tiles off the roof of the school, the soap dispensers, the exit signs. So we've got to recognise, as our children become better equipped to push back, we need to better.
Pupils across the UK protest.